Yo, this is Tone Kapone, and you're getting lifted to the sounds of my DJ Spaceship. Go ahead and beam him up, boy. Let's get him. Greetings and salutations from us to all the nations. We're about to get loose, strictly for entertainment. We're repping Tampa Bay. 10 toes down, this waves of the bay. No, we ain't playing around. Tuesday nights from 8 to 10, make sure you ride the wave. This Tone Kapone and DJ Spaceship on your airwaves. We're mixing interviews, R&B and hip-hop. We're blasting off, and the top is just a pit stop.
What I've been liking about this whole vibe of the show, y'all been showing love to people that's like right here, like we're within arm reach of each other. So what I want to know, like as singers out here, give me a male vocalist and a female vocalist that you want to show love to that you're a fan of.
Just Henry.
All right.
Just Henry.
That's right.
That dude's amazing. No microphone needed.
No, Just Henry is, yeah. And I have like, so I gotta pick one?
You gotta pick one. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
They won't get mad. They won't get mad if they ain't named. It's cool.
I know.
They just know that you don't really care about them like that, but it's all right.
You know what? Shut up. Oh gosh.
You said Just Henry name real quick, like so.
Yeah.
The vibe that them two have, when he performing, she in the crowd singing and performing, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Well, you can, like you say, he don't need a microphone. You hear him from the crowd. So.
Just showing
Oh my god. Because I have three, but I gotta pick one. That's so tough.
Then throw them out there. Throw three names
so
out
my
there.
three would be Kalia, Janelle, and Demi.
Okay. All right.
I have something special that I love about each of their voices. I love Janelle's power. She just owns whatever she gonna do. She just like, I'm just gonna do it.
Take it over.
And it's done. Kalia is just perfect. Like her, she's just perfect.
Acapella Assassin's what you used to call her.
Yeah, she's just perfect.
Yeah,
Like everything, she hits everything perfectly. And then Demi, just there's like a sweetness, there's a soul, there's just a vibe every time she sings. So I just love watching her and I love listening to her because it's a vibe and it's a genuine vibe. It's not like something she just did for wax. You know what I mean? So that's why those are
I'm excited to have her here next week, honestly. Like I've been happy to have y'all here. Like the next few shows that we have lined up, like I'm very excited about. And we're 22 episodes in, and you know, like we've had amazing interviews the whole time. So I'm excited.
You got that energy.
I'm excited, man, for real. What about you, MVP?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the politically correct high road and say that you're all winners.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why I do that. Because
no.
excuse me. You can boo all you want to. I'm still gonna keep talking. I got the mic. It don't matter. It don't matter.
You don't care.
This is what happens. Unfortunately, I don't have the opportunity to get out and hear all of these other artists. There are some amazing artists in Tampa. Everybody that she named, I co-sign. But I can't sit here and tell you, honestly, I can't sit here and give everybody a fair shake simply because I'm gigging. The majority of the times, like when Rhapsody's going, I had the opportunity and the pleasure to do Rhapsody twice. And that's only because the Beat Down Band wasn't playing.
Right.
So a lot of these times when these other artists are performing, I don't get the opportunity to enjoy them as much as she does. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I'm not going to do it.
And I understand it because me as a DJ, there's a lot of shows.
Why you ask me to do it? I'm not understanding.
You went for
Now he's setting the precedent right here.
I mean,
He said, "Fuck your question, Tone. I ain't gonna answer that shit." Next question.
you can get another couch.
But nah, for real.
But
It's been
on the
amazing.
Just Henry
It's been
thing,
amazing,
just
yo.
Because I listen.
Just Henry's a beast.
He is.
I hope his
and
album release,
everybody
man.
that knows he is just.
He's amazing.
And you know what? He's getting really good at interviewing as well. Yeah,
Joe
let's
Sheridan's
see
on the
tomorrow
Ohio
night.
station. Like, wow, you building the beast over there, man. You doing your thing.
I'm looking forward to you know, coming back and possibly, you know, dropping some big announcements. You know what I'm saying?
You with it?
You know, there was an inquiry about this mixtape volume 2.
Uh-oh.
I would just like to say, you know, that I have some stuff written.
Yeah.
Some.
Which is cool. And the thing about it is, you know, people ask all the time. For me, they ask, you know, do you write? And I tell them, no, I don't. I don't write. I can count on probably 2 hands how many songs I've written in my entire life, and the majority of the songs have come out of extreme happiness or turmoil or pain. You feel me? So the thing about it was, and you know, to be completely transparent, my mixtape was a product of the end of my marriage. Short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
She left. I had entirely too much free time on my hands, and I chose to take advantage of it. And honestly, I recorded that mixtape in 2 weeks. I would go to work, get off work, go straight to the studio, stay in the studio until I was done for 2 weeks. And I had no intentions on pushing this mixtape like that. It was really therapy for me. But I had a mixtape release party at Whiskey North, and anybody that asked for the mixtape,
Well, I'm asking for it now because I've been told back. CJ told me, like, yeah, you need to get that in. And so I'm asking for it now.
yeah. So the thing,
Signed copy.
I'll take that. You know,
that's what's up.
I'll take that.
We're gonna make that happen.
We got to.
All right. So the next mixtape is not gonna necessarily come out of turmoil, but you know,
Y'all need to require him to do an album, not a mixtape.
she says that all the time.
We asked the question,
But I mean, there's a thin line
Yeah.
between a mixtape and an album.
Y'all got some
Yeah.
incredible instrumentals. And
Thank
I really
you.
feel like
Thank you.
every time I go in there, Skills like, you want to hear this track? Let's hear it. Like, he played me 5 or 6 one day, and I was like, I'm buying that right now. And we ended up making a song with Theo. Wake Up Now. Just
Theo
off respect,
Lane.
when I heard it, I said, I want Theo on this. Let's go with it.
The song
That's
from
what
Nancy,
happened
was it
with I Love
Nancy?
Myself.
Yeah.
I begged for I Love Myself.
Ah, I
I
can't
was
remember.
like-
They're so incredible. It's
I
like,
was like, no,
Thank
don't
you.
give that away. I have to no.
Exactly.
No, Skills, no.
Yeah, I used to fight. I got to the point where he would say, "Yo," he'd call me, go, "Hey, MVP." Yo, got this joint that got this client, man. I already laid down the foundation. I already laid down the drums. All you got to do is come in and do your part. And that's really how it would happen.
yeah.
Like every once in a while, we would sit down and say, "All right, we're gonna do a track similar to this," or, you know. But it was rare that it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? We started off in Deep Studios. Shout out to Brian Tyson.
Right. Ooh, y'all guys gotta
Deep
go visit the
Studios.
new one.
Yeah, he got a new one.
You know, so
Yes,
It looks nice. The pictures look real nice.
So what we did was while Chad was the engineer at Deep, Brian gave us the room to the side.
I remember that.
And we called it the Chop Shop, because Chad is not your typical producer, because he's not a musician, but he hears it. So he would find things that would just, even if it was used a lot, oversaturated, we would find our own way to use it. You know what I'm saying?
Never know.
And he would chop it, and I hear it, and it's like, I think we're gonna go at it from this angle, and then bam. We ain't put a lot of time into it. It just worked.
Still work with Obed too?
I haven't seen Obed in a while.
I just saw him a couple of
Yeah, I haven't seen Obed in a while. But it just worked. It just worked. So that was part of the magic on the mixtape, because what I did was I went and found some of my favorite tracks that were current at the time. I found instrumentals, got a snippet of that, and then turned it into what I needed it to be.
Right.
There were maybe 3 songs on the album that I just went and got the instrumental and did it over because they were my favorite songs, like Prototype, Outkast.
Gotcha.
I always wanted to do that song. I did that one. Sweetest Thing, Lauryn Hill. I always wanted to do that song. So there were a couple of songs on the mixtape that I didn't touch musically. I just went in and did it vocally. So that's really gonna be that's gonna be the formula. I'm gonna find some tracks, like, for example, I'm gonna say this real quick, and I know somebody else gonna say, because I'm an Outkast guy. Liberation is one of my favorite tracks ever.
Okay.
And some of my favorite musicians in the Bay Area, I hope you're listening. I'm gonna be reaching out to you, and I want to recreate Liberation and do it how I want to do it.
You don't call me.
We're not gonna be. It's not gonna be too far. Like, it's not gonna be left field. You're gonna know it's Liberation,
Right.
but it's gonna be sung the way that I feel it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got a couple people in mind already that I want on that one. So, don't worry, Anime, you in the mix.
Okay.
Straight on hands.
I ain't worried about the hands.
Oh, okay. We do not.
Ask her the story. Ask her about the story behind Ike and Anime. Go ahead, ask her.
Eat the cake.
Ask her.
Let's go ahead and end it with that. What's the story behind Ike and
I don't
Anime?
know.
So I don't
You
know.
want me to
I
tell
don't
it?
remember.
You want me to tell it? I'll tell it.
Please.
So, we mentioned Deep Studios, right? So, we were both working out of there at the same time. I was doing more so production and hooks at the time, and she was recording as well as doing hooks for other people and herself, right? So, it got to the point where she would be like, well, I got a session at Deep with Brian at 5 o'clock, and I was wondering if you could come in and just give me pointers. You know, tell me what you think. And I was like, are you sure that's what you want to do? Yeah, I'm sure. So, I would station myself behind Brian at the board. She'd be in the booth. She started singing. If I didn't like it, we're gonna stop the track. Do it again. What are you doing? Do it again. You gotta be kidding me.
Do it again.
Look, what the hell are you doing? So it got to the point where, you know, because we've been friends for so long, I don't have to bite my tongue when I talk to her.
Gotcha.
So she knows, you know what I'm saying? And she also knows it's coming from
Yeah.
a good place. You can attest to that. I don't care about you turning your back. But she can attest to that. It's always coming from a good place. So sometimes I curse. Sometimes I throw around, you know, a couple profanities.
Ike.
Henceforth, our relationship in the studio, and even when she's performing, it's always been the same way. It's because in my mind, I know what she's capable of doing.
Yep.
So it's like she's one of my favorite artists. So it's like going to or being asked to sit in on a session with your favorite artist and you feel that they're not giving their best.
Right.
Her average tops. You feel where I'm coming from, Tone?
I do.
Her average
I do. When you expect greatness, ain't no letdown.
is like these Rudy Poots around here think that they really doing something.
Right.
And I don't mean to throw no shade, and I'm definitely not gonna call out no names because I could care less about that. What I'm saying is, I have a certain standard that I expect from her. If she's not living up to that standard, I'm not being a true friend or supporter if I'm just letting her half-ass it through the session. And that's where it comes from. So I could care less how mad she get, how long she suck her teeth, how many breaks she needs to take, because guess what? I came from the same school. When I moved to Virginia, before I moved to Virginia, I was in Atlanta in that studio for 2 months straight. They weren't caring. They didn't care about my feelings. You know why? Because they knew I didn't realize it at the time, but they already had a certain standard that they expected from me. So sometimes you can't bite your tongue and get the results that you need. And I think I'd like to say that because of that, some of her best work was because she knew that I wasn't just gonna sit there and say, I've never told her, it's all right. Either I love it or I don't like it. So when you accept mediocre, then that becomes the norm. That becomes the expected norm.
Becomes their standard.
Right.
That's the only limit they're going to reach to, and nowhere above or beyond that.
And like I said, because that's the way that I was taught.
Right.
Even before I was in 911 with my godfather, who was also my first manager. Shout out to Andre Walker. He was my first manager. He did not allow me to just half-ass it, whether it was in the studio, whether it was on the stage performing. He taught me a certain way. That's what's engraved in my brain and in my heart.
Right.
So I would be doing everything that I learned, I would be doing that a disservice. I didn't do the same thing for someone else.
You ain't wrong.
So that's really what it's about. So
I think that's a great place to cut it right there, man. I wish we had more time with y'all, but the whole thing about it, we have a couple of legends in here, and what we've been doing with the Tampa Bay Watch is trying to show some shine to the independent artists out here that need to, I don't want to say they need to get to y'all's level, but they need to appreciate the level that y'all are at. I have so many artists hit me up talking about they're the best at this, they're the best at that, I'm the hottest this, I'm the hottest that, but they don't ever give like homage to the people that have been doing it for a long time at a high level of consistency. So just having y'all in here, like, this is better than I thought it was. I knew this was gonna be great, but this has exceeded my expectations because it's been all real, all genuine, all authentic, and I expect nothing less out of y'all. So I appreciate y'all coming through here, man. Let's go ahead and give them a golf clap or whatever we need to do, slow clap, whatever, man. But they won 3 days Tampa Bay, man. We couldn't have done this any better.
Love you, Banana Salsa.